Hello, and welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 4. We're aboard the Pantagruel, and we just talked to everyone before we're heading back to the main room. I have no idea how long this part is, but we're continuing the talks. or something. I'm assuming things are going to swap out right here. I don't know, I mentioned it in the last episode. But something feels like it's going to go wrong. I don't know. Oh, right. I have to voice stuff. Sounds like the meeting is over. Because we still have to talk to all these people. It's a lot of people. Oh, Cassius. It's just Reen standing here.
You there, young man.
You're Reen Schwarzer, correct?
No reason for you not to be voiced, Reen. Come on. You can do it. Nope. Yes, that's right. I'm honored to make your acquaintances.
As am I. Stories of the Ashton Chevalier have certainly made their rounds across Calvin. Though I suppose not all of those stories paint you in the best light.
That's perfectly understandable. However, I hear you single-handedly destroyed a number of our tanks and gunships without killing those within. It was quite a feat, which spiked my curiosity. I see now why Lady Mildine, Princess Elfin, and General Le Guin hold you in such high esteem. Thank you for the compliment. Please accept my apologies about your tanks. It was nothing personal. You've also played a part in the Northern War, didn't you? Remiferia and Northumbria have been on friendly terms for quite a long time. It pains me greatly that we could not do anything to help them. Your involvement contributed to a significant reduction in casualties amongst the citizens, though. You give me too much credit. I wasn't acting alone. No need to be so humble. I heard stories about you from refugees who fled to Remiferia when Northumbria was incorporated into the Erebonian Empire. Ha! Modesty is a fine trait, but it starts to grate when people downplay their achievements. Acknowledge your importance. You're the person whose actions may very well decide the fate of the world, after all. He won't. He won't. Reen does... He doesn't feel like he deserves anything. There's still plenty of time until dinner. If you'd like to chat some more, I'll be in my room. Since the acting Duke Alberea and the fellow from the Inspectorate are here, why not invite them along as well? I've already informed them. I'll be retiring to my room until dinner. Feel free to come and see me if you wish. I'd like to speak with Lloyd, too. I'll go and tell him. Okay.
I was wondering when we'd finally get the chance to meet.
Yeah. Reem, will you be voiced now? I don't know why he has to not be voiced, but everyone around him is. Lieutenant General Bright, I've heard much about you from Master Kafai. I don't think I've had the chance to introduce myself to you either, Your Highness. I am Reen Schwarzer, son of Baron Teo Schwarzer, and disciple of the 8 Leaves, One Blade School. I currently work as an instructor for Thor's Military Academy's branch campus. Oh boy. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintances.
Oh, no. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you. In a way, this feels closer to a reunion than a first meeting. Perhaps it's due to all the tales I've heard about you from Tita and Josette, and from Prince Olivert as well.
Right. I'm honored to hear that. What happened to Olivert was truly heartbreaking. He had his grand vision, you see. It wasn't only with Erebonia's best interests in mind, but those of the entire continent. Yes, he was a great man. Victor and Toval were good friends of mine as well. Their deaths have dealt a heavy blow to Erebonia. I'd even say it was felt by the whole continent. But now we must carry on without them. even if that involves committing to something they most certainly would have never approved of. Huh? Oh. If you'd like, why don't we stop by to chat for a bit before dinner? Cassius, you wanted to talk to Estelle, didn't you? Yes, and the others as well. Ren, Tita, Agate. Please do come along, Rain. We could reminisce about Master Kafai together. They'll definitely stop by. It's exactly as I predicted.
Oh, Rain! There you are!
Right. All of them. Hello, Princess Elfin. Are you alright? Of course. I was a little shocked about the topics of discussion, but I suppose it's good we were able to talk about those pressing issues. Princess. I see. I'm sorry I couldn't reveal the intended scale when I invited you, Princess. I trust you understand this was an inevitable reality. Your presence here was of the utmost importance. Yes, I'm well aware of my responsibilities. With neither father nor my brothers available, it falls to me to represent the Imperial family and remain informed on the current situation. Would you be so kind as to share some of that information with us at dinner? That's the plan. We could use more input on the matters at hand. We'll all be cooperating, of course. Bracers, the SSS, and representatives of Thors should make their voices heard, too. We'll need to know where they intend to position themselves between Operations Jormungand and Mille Mirage. There's so many people to talk to. Dinner won't be served for a while, though. Princess Elfin, Elise, why don't you join me for tea? You may as well join, Instructor. But the topic of... you may join as well. But the topic of discussion will most likely not interest you, given how easily you embarrass. I can never tell if you're joking, Muse, but tea sounds good to me. Yes, count me in too. Or maybe Claudia could join us. Yes, I'll extend the invitation to her. Instructor Regan, will you be coming? Please do. If you insist, see you in a bit. All right. Oh boy. Not excited for that conversation. There's still time to chat with the attendees before dinner. Don't want to speak with the President and Prince Albert. There's also General Bright, too. Yep, people have moved to new locations, and it'll progress when you've seen the required sub-events. Some optional content will become unavailable. Oh, it's not a bunch of required stuff. Okay, thank God. I thought every single group moved around, and I had to do all of them. Okay. Well, just don't go in this room then, I guess. Sure. It seems the meetings have concluded. Very well. We'll soon serve your dinner. The top chefs of Erebonia have prepared a true feast. I'm certain you'll be delighted. I sure would. I'm super hungry. Prince Albert is staying in this room. He's currently being interviewed by a reporter from Crossbell. Oh. Someone is talking on the other side of the door. Wowzers, an exclusive interview like this sure makes my day. What are your thoughts on the developments since the trade conference 2 years ago? And what's your take on the recent incidents in the Principality? I've answered those questions for the Ardent Press before. Grace, was it? Listen, Grace, it's all very well that you're so motivated, but you should think your questions through beforehand. Somehow it hurts that much more being told off by a stunningly beautiful woman. Sounds like they're in the middle of a spirited conversation. Anyway, let's visit the Liberal waiting room for now. Oh, I can't go in there right now? Can I interview you, please? It won't take that long, I promise. Well, if it's going to be a short one, I don't want to interrupt Grace's hard-won interview. I'll go to the waiting room for now. No, you won't. This is supposed to be a safe, neutral zone, but I still think President Rocksmith is taking too much of a risk. He wouldn't listen to his advisor's warning him against taking part in this meeting. He came anyway. We will protect him at all costs, of course, but if only he were more circumspect in his actions. I don't think I've ever said that. President Rocksmith, in your opinion, how's the prognosis for Calvard looking? Not too bad, I'd say, for now. Lady Mildean's sharp intellect is truly something to be feared, isn't it? The situation being as it is, I'm determined to see things through on my end. President Rocksmith, what the new party does with the country once it's in their hands, though, I really couldn't say. I might have some information for you that could be of interest. Rocksmith's term is nearly over. I shouldn't interrupt their conversation. I'll come back a bit later. Okay. This is the SSS waiting room. I can hear people chatting inside. I should speak to Cassius. He's in the Liberal waiting room. Hold on. Cassius is the top of my list. Okay, so you're not even gonna let me go upstairs? Ow. I'm kind of being funneled here. That's fine. It'd be nice if this was voiced, though. Nope. Chloe, how are you? I'm well, thanks. I haven't seen you in 3 months. Good to see you again, Joshua, Ren, and you guys. Been a while. Tita and I saw you in Gransel before we set off for Erebonia. I'm so happy to see you again. It was the same for us, but we headed to Calvard instead. How's the Queen? Very well, thanks for asking after her. She couldn't have attended with all the attention around her right now. That's why she sent me in her stead. I see. She needed someone trustworthy to represent her. But if these talks are so crucial, why didn't Julia and Sieg come along? Come too. I imagine some urgent matters kept them busy. Sieg hardly has a moment to spare, working as a messenger. I see. Based off that, I suppose I have an idea of what's going on. Yeah. I doubt people were just making small talk over tea and biscuits in there. Can you share anything with us, Dad? We haven't seen each other in half a year, and it's straight to business, neither hello nor hug. I suppose a father can't hope for love and affection from his daughter once he's left the nest and become independent. That's a run-on... Never mind. Don't guilt-trip me for not being all sugary sweet. You seem well, anyway. You too, Sunshine. Joshua, everything all right? Yes, all's going well. So you're Chloe's bodyguard today, Dad. Oh, don't tell me that's all you're here for. I won't believe it. Well, have some patience. Everything will be revealed soon enough. Ren, did you get taller? You've grown a lot since I last saw you. I'm only taller by 5 reg. I'll catch up with Tita at this rate. No, please don't. It took me so long to stop looking like a kid. Don't worry, Tita, you're still growing. You're only 16. Estelle had just joined the Bracers when she was your age. It feels like it was only yesterday we were traveling around Liberal together. I was a Sky Bandit back then. You might be older now, Estelle, but you're as happy-go-lucky as ever, I see. That's not the worst thing in the world, is it? As for you, Josette, even grown up, you never lost that little urchin attitude. It's part of my personal identity, you see. Tita, I hear you've been making a name for yourself. Your grandfather had nothing but praise for you. Apparently, though, your mom worries about you a lot. She's just a worrywart. I write her letters. I write a lot to her. I write her a lot to let her know I'm fine. I already messaged her to tell her everything's okay. She mentioned something about Agate getting his comeuppance next time she sees him, too. She said she was drafting a new research project involving human test subjects. What? Mom? It's like the good old times again. That reminds me, Estelle, did you see Zin when you were in Calvard? Oh, I'm running out of breath already. I did. It was just before I came to Erebonia. He asked me to pass messages for him to my dad and a few others. Oh, brilliant. They've got lots to talk about. I don't want to interrupt their fun. I should come back later. And then they all notice and invite him in. Oh, hello, Instructor Reen. Reen, we were so caught up in catching up. We didn't mean to exclude you. Don't be shy, boy. Come and join us. Sure, if you don't mind. is interesting. Sorry, I'm only yawning because it apparently clears my throat. A little. I don't know why it's like clogged up here. Not clogged up, it's just like, it's like where you can't take deep breaths, you know, sometimes. It's weird. What was that double take? Oh boy. You seem to be enjoying yourselves. But that's no surprise when good friends get together. They bonded during the Orbital shutdown phenomenon. It's regrettable Olivert is no longer with us, and Scheherazade has gone missing as well. Regardless, we must stay focused on what's ahead of us and try to remain optimistic. Wise words. By the way, I'm happy to see you, Reen. Master Kafai has been telling me about you. This young man has even more potential than you, Cassius. I'm sure that's not true. He must have been teasing you. Besides, there are so many complicating factors now. Oh, you're speaking of your background. I've heard of it, and I'm aware of the cause of your altered appearance, too. Don't worry too much about what you can't change, Reen. And by the way, I got a letter about you a month ago from a certain man on an eastward journey. You don't mean Master Kafai? But he was still imprisoned then. Yes, so I hear. Oddly enough, it was foretold in the letter. Whether it was a prophecy or just a wild guess, I cannot tell. There we go, we're getting some Kafai. I don't know if I've ever actually seen him. Yeah, no, I have, I think. Not in Cold Steel, though. I really need him to be 3D modeled, come in and kick ass and save the day. And then, you know. I don't know. That would be sweet. A frighteningly accurate prediction. What was the letter about exactly? That's the thing, Reen. In the light of the current situation, I'm afraid I cannot tell you yet. What? Huh? It's not the right time nor place. But to give you a rough idea, the letter regards mastery of our school of swordsmanship. In this time of turbulence, become the flashing blade which illuminates the darkness, even if it's for the briefest moment. I've returned from the east, and we have reunited. I shall impart to you my final teachings. The forms our master passed on to me are the first, Helix, and the seventh, Void. You, however, seem to be trying to touch on all 7 forms, and in doing so, go beyond even Void. You understand how difficult such a feat will be, don't you? Of course, with the way I am now, I'm not confident I could ever achieve it, but you're right, this isn't the place to discuss it. Just keep it in mind, we'll come back to it later. I kind of want to know. Oh well. I'll relay our master's message for you once the circumstances are right. We've yet to see where the talks today's talks lead to, but a time of when great determination and sacrifice are needed is no doubt to come. You guys stop saying the word sacrifice? You're getting me all scared. I'll be ready for it. They got on like a house on fire. Yeah, you couldn't tell they've only just met. Having something unique in common, they like their fighting style brings people together. I'm feeling a bit jealous now. Looks like we're the outsiders. I totally get that, though. Agate, are you feeling left out too? Nah, why would I care? Right. Excuse me for butting in. I'm from Crossbell Times. Could you please spare some time for a really quick interview? So, she's gonna butt into every place I have to go? And I have to go to the place she just left? Your Grace. Serious about your job, I see. I bet Neil and Dorothy gave you their... Niall. Why did I say Neil? I bet Niall and Dorothy gave you their list of questions for the attendees, too. Almost forgot about them. Cassius and Claudia agreed to the interview. Reen and the others excused themselves to give them some privacy. Right. This is gonna be a very long part if it's gonna continue in this fashion. Everyone's been moving around. There's still time to chat. That's what people do. People have moved to new locations. Again. Same stuff. No. No. I just said that this would happen, and then I saw that it wasn't, and I was like, oh, thank God. And now it's happening. Oh, I'm gonna be out of breath. This whole episode's just gonna be talking to more people at this rate. like not even getting to a cutscene. Holy shit. There are so many people to talk to. I can hardly maintain my composure knowing discussions decided the continent's fate took place right here just a short while ago. You had a comma on there and it still felt long. However, shaken as I am, I cannot let it show or adversely affect my work. I'll perform my daily tasks with as much diligence as usual. Ma'am. Calm down. No, I need to calm down. Oh my God, so many people. It seems the meetings have concluded. I'll serve you dinner, top chefs. I think you said the same thing. Oh! I spy with my little eye, Elise Schwarzer, Princess Elfin's trusted friend and the sister of the Ashton Chevalier. You're friends with Lady Mildean too, aren't you? We need to talk. If you have questions about my friends, I'd rather you talk to them directly. I'm no gossip. Oh, I wouldn't try to drag out any embarrassing stories about your friends. Nothing of the sort. You're a reporter from Crossbell. So, she's your next target on your hunt for a big scoop? Don't make it sound like some... make me sound like some fierce predator. Predator. The only thing ferocious about me is my intellect. Hold on, aren't you Ash Carbide? The guy who shot the Emperor? What's the truth behind that story? How did it feel to pull the trigger? Oh god. Oh crap, what did I get myself into now? Oh my gosh. And that tall gentleman, is that the 8th Dominion of the Grelsritter? How was that common? There are several topics I'd love to interview you in depth about. Not that I'm totally in the dark about what you've been up to. Wazzy, Kevin, and Reese have already spilled the bean. I thought what happened with him is very recent. Because she talked to him recently. Did they? Don't be shy, I don't bite. Seems like a party in this corner. Why don't you just say Reen? Why was it just voice? Brilliant, here comes the hero to join us. This is perfect, let's go over to that empty room over there so we can talk in private. I'm not against an interview myself, but I'd much rather you didn't hound my friends and family for one. Sorry. Got a little ahead of myself there, I guess. But if there's anything you could tell me that I could quote in my report, like maybe just a short comment from each of you? That's not unreasonable, sure. Dude, speak for yourself. What if I gave her dirt on you? You're being a little overprotective. Typical Reen, really. Oh boy, even a super short interview or just a few words from you I could publish would be fantastic. I may have to sit on it for a while, but it'll come to print eventually, one way or another. Do you promise not to twist my words? Do you really think I'd do such a thing? It doesn't sound reassuring. Well, let's just leave that aside for now. Thank you for what you did. I talked to Grace. She doesn't seem like a bad person. If it's just simple information collecting, maybe you can get it from her. Sure. This journalist might be the biggest pain in the ass I've ever met. That's coming from me. I thought Vivi could be pushy, but this woman operates on another level. They're very similar, although she'd be trying to get the scoop on relationships more, I think. So your mom moved to Erebonion. Yes, she couldn't stay in Crossbell after splitting up with my father, who's Calvardian. Splitting with my father. So she moved in with some distant relatives of hers in the Empire. That was 10 years ago. Time really does fly. Oh, I think you've told me about this before. I feel like I'm forgetting something. That rings a bell. Distant relatives of the noble McDowell family from Crossbell. That would be the Barons of East Lemaire, if I'm not mistaken. How did you... of course, you're from Lemaire yourself. You're right. Family trees can get so sprawling you can't easily tell who's related to who. In fact, that Baron's family are also distant relatives of mine. They're related? Oh? Maybe that's why your hair color's the same. It's slightly different. That pearl gray shade is definitely unusual. The two of you have almost the exact same shade. Okay. That's right, it runs in the family. We may be very distant cousins, but we share the same blood nonetheless. Huh. I had no idea. What a pleasant surprise. Aurelia Le Guin, a cousin. Glad to have you as my family, Ellie McDowell. That's weird. Oh, that's so sweet. Uh-oh, now I'll tense up every time I talk to Ellie. And why would that be, Miss Crawford? No reason. I suppose this hints at the close ties between Erebonia and Crossbell, which stretch back centuries. Crossbell's also been cooperating with Calvard for a long time. Now they're in this awkward position wherein they have to choose between one ally or the other. It feels so wrong. Oh, Elisa, that's precisely the case. I probably don't have any right to say that, considering my own position. No, your honesty is much appreciated. It was wonderful to talk to you, Elisa. Same, thank you for the advice, Ellie. It's really nice to be in company of people who really get along. Yes, friendship is beautiful, isn't it? I heard about Ellie's mother, or at least someone who seemed like her, living in an Erebonian town. I guess that's what was nagging at me earlier. Do you need to go over everything? Elisa and Ellie met in Crossbell, and have good friends. Have been good friends ever since. Yuna's met friends with both of them. She's an amiable girl. But I wouldn't have seen it coming that they'd be chatting with the principal. I have a lot of people to talk. Oh my god, I gotta talk to you again. I'm not talking to people twice. After I've solved their event. I'm so out of breath already. How dare you give me more after giving me the false hope that I only had one thing to do and we get to see some voice story scenes. Someday I'll see another voice story scene, I swear. How are you doing? Very well, thank you. Just catching up with friends. Not that I'm not enjoying it, it's just, you know. I'm going to be taking quite a few breaks, that's for sure. We've been exchanging messages since we met 3 months ago. We discovered that we have some shared interests. Shush, Ellie, don't tell him. What interests? Why is Elise so cagey about it? Oh wait, I have an idea. Never mind. Ellie, let's talk about it in private. Don't you remember when you were like, we can't be together, but I love you? Remember that, Elisa? In your Bond event? And now you're being all shy, like Brain doesn't know? I don't know. Okay, we're in a similar situation anyway. I'm sure you have nothing to worry about. You'd be surprised. Next to them, I feel like a kid lost in the dark. You'll get there in time. Schwarzer, you could probably learn a thing or two from them as well. I'm not sure what the conversation's about, but I'm always reminded there's plenty of room for me to learn from others. How are you not sure, Rain? It's pretty clear. Are you? You're females. I need to swap it out here. No, Rosine's in here. This is how I catch my breath. We're just checking out who's in what room, and if they're all... Oh my god, everyone's split up correctly. Who's in here? Okay. You're in here? Oh my god. This is me catching my breath right now. That's... What the hell? So weird. Okay. Okay, we're gonna talk to you guys first. Why not? It's been a long time since we last met. We haven't had a chance to speak since the trade conference 2 years ago. It's nice to see you again. And you. I'm glad you all seem to be doing well. Lady Mildine, it is also the first time in many years that I have the pleasure to talk to you. While I wouldn't call these the ideal circumstances, I'm delighted. You're a most impressive young lady now. You flatter me. It's good to have a chat, to have time to chat about non-official affairs, yes? So, you've known each other for a while. Prince Albert was a good friend of my late father. Yes, we met for the first time over a decade ago. Somehow, Alfred and I got on fabulously well, right from the start. We'd talk about politics, economics, and social issues from evening till the early morning hours. I'd be so bored. The lakes and marshes of Remiferia enchanted Alfred, and he'd often bring his family there. This takes me back. I was just a little girl back then, but I vaguely remember our visits. I mostly played with your niece. She was the same age as me, I believe. I'd like to see her again. Ah, that's right. You two really did liked each other, didn't you? Speaking of your niece. Oh, that's right. I haven't seen her in ages. There's been some rumors going around about her. She's become intractable lately. As her uncle, I want to protect her, but she's certainly not making it easy. Sometimes I think she does it just to spite me. He's gotten really grumbly. He must care a lot about his niece, though he does seem a bit overprotective. Oh, he's always been like this. Apologies for the digression. I didn't mean to bore you with family issues. Remiferia will gladly provide you with assistance, be it human resources or medical services. The SSS needs anything, do not hesitate to let me know. Teal, I'm aware of your family situation. If there's anything I can do. Thank you for the kind offer. It isn't as bad now, though. We've even been keeping in touch more. Ah, that's a relief. Prince Albert is a friendly guy, and Musei's known him for a long time. Looks like she's made connections early on. I should say hello to the prince, too. Well, he didn't even get the chance to talk, so I have to talk to you guys. You know, we've actually met Prince Albert on a few occasions. Some of our work with the SSS involved his direct cooperation. Wow, really? I had no idea. That's not all he's done for us. We have a lot to thank him for. Right, like how he helped out my parents. That's a surprising amount of shared history. But I guess it kind of makes sense. For a head of state, he seems remarkably open and approachable. Yep. Same thing. Ah, Mr. Schwarzer, meeting you has truly been a pleasure. And what fortune that you have turned out to be Musei's teacher. He's the best instructor I could ask for, too. Sure. How wonderful. Perhaps when the world is once again at peace, you can visit Remiferia. It's a beautiful place, and I imagine you would find much joy there. We'd be honored. I hope I can visit, too. We can. Sounds like the perfect honeymoon destination. I had no idea your relationship extended beyond that of teacher-student. It doesn't. Please don't take anything she says too seriously. Kai family is indebted to the Grand Prince since my family's father's era. I'd love to visit Remiferia, duly so if I can go with you. Come on. I get the impression she's trying hard to put on a happy face, but maybe I'm imagining it. Well, after her Bond event, it's pretty clear. It is a great honor to meet you. With these times, these are tough times, but with Remiferia, we'll be able to provide you with assistance yet. Do not hesitate to ask, do anything in my power to support you. Thank you, your lordship. Sorry. I just can't. I have to go talk to other people. Lots of other people. Reen has to talk to everyone. Everyone. And we have to get the nostalgia from every single possible thing. Which is awesome. That's a lot of stuff that they're trying to pack into this spot. They've already packed so much into everything else. It's crazy. Like, how much story writing did they do? That's crazy. I'm proud to be present while decisions crucial to Remiferia and other countries are being made. I'll prevent any interference, even if it costs me my life. Yeah. Like, can you imagine having to write all of this? All this dialogue, all these backstories, all the world building. That is an immense amount of work. Like, they could have worked hard to make like a short game with decent graphics, but to make a long game with this much world building is, I don't know, very impressive. I just can't breathe. Thank you for the invitation, President Rocksmith. Ha! There's no need to be so tense in my presence, Machias. Would you like a cup of tea? There's tea for me and coffee with milk and sugar for Miss Herschel. It would seem Calvard's intelligence agency is staffed with only the very elite. Well, their human resources are going to change now, as the new party takes over from me. Is that right? Toa Herschel, we met at the West Zamiria Trade Conference 2 years ago. Isn't that right? If my memory doesn't fail me, you had coffee with milk and sugar at the banquet. Your memory is excellent. That's Samuel Rocksmith, the president of Calvard. As with most people in power, he easily dominates the atmosphere with his presence. Even though he's on his way out, he's still a very influential man. Sure. Still gotta talk to them all. My, welcome, Ashton Chevalier. Unfortunately, I haven't been informed of what your beverage of choice might be. But since you're so well-versed in Eastern culture, perhaps green tea would be to your liking. Oh, thank you, but I only dropped in for a brief chat. Wouldn't want to make a nuisance of myself. Okay. I imagine there are plenty of others who would like to speak to you today. Yep. So, by the way, I wanted to ask for your opinion on your colleague Toa Herschel. Wouldn't you say that her conflict resolution talents are perfect for CID? President Rocksmith, I didn't see that coming. I heard you were bold, sir, but I never thought you'd suggest something quite that bold. I am nowhere near as audacious as the Chancellor. Soon, I won't have much authority anymore. However, I really cannot stand seeing young talent not being put to good use. It's quite fortunate we met today. If you have any gifted friends who might be inclined to move to Calvard, let me know. I'll gladly welcome them with open arms. Sorry, no one comes to mind. You're really not one to beat around the bush. Interesting. I have to say I'm impressed that you decided to attend the conference in person, President Rocksmith. It's shameful to admit in retrospect, but I was always under the impression that Calvardian politicians cared only about themselves. And with good reason. I'm already looking forward to the end of my term. To be free of these presidential burdens. President Rocksmith, you may try to laugh it off, but it seems like there's more going on with him than meets the eye. Sure. One sec. Okay. Rehydrated. Claudia, I'm terribly sorry about earlier. I was so taken aback, I lost my composure. Thank you for being so kind to me. Oh, of course. Considering the subject, it was no wonder you became so agitated. You have a huge responsibility on your shoulders as a representative of the Imperial family. Thank you for being so understanding. Now that rings alarm bells. I'll just wait for the announcement at dinner and try not to worry for now, but... Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Estelle Bright, member of the Liberal Bracer Guild. It's a great honor to meet you in person, Princess Elfin. There's no need to be so formal with me. I've heard so much about you from my brother. I feel like we're already friends. Olivier was a dear friend to me, and what happened to him was a terrible shock. He went out of his way to get permission for me and Joshua to visit Hamel once things settled down in Liberal. When we heard what happened to him, we were all so heartbroken and angry. Me, Joshua, Shara, we all wished there was something we could have done to stop it. But I'm sure all of our grief is nothing compared to what you must be going through. He's alive. Estelle, thank you for having been a good friend to my brother. I feel a little better knowing there were people who cared so much about him. Oliver was a very thoughtful and brave young man, and a lot of fun to be around. When I was hesitant about whether to accept my duties as Crown Princess, he gave me the push I needed. He also fostered friendly relations between Air Bunny and Liberal. Despite his airhead appearance, he was a smart leader. See, they're just saying, like, if you haven't played all of the other Trails games, this whole thing is about filling in all the blanks and getting you to know these characters. And if it's not, it's nostalgia for the people who know about it. Like, there's no reason for me to listen into these this in depth without it accomplishing one of those two goals. It just feels so, some of the conversations feel so forced to let you know what happened in the other games, I guess. Just pointing that out. Thank you, Claudia. He'd tease me for being so easily moved to tears. He'd come out with a line like, at a time like such as this, I'd like you to be a ray of sunshine which makes courage blossom. That does sound like him. Regrettably, I never had the chance to meet Prince Oliver in person. However, I heard about him encouraging greater integration and cooperation between all nations of the continent. Integration and cooperation between the nations. Please accept my sincere condolences, Princess Alphen. You guys are so much better at talking than me. Thank you, Lucy. I'd just say, sorry for your loss. And by the way, you were Claudia's upperclassman at school, weren't you? Really? Oh my gosh. Actually, Chloe did tell us about that lector person before. Does that mean... That's correct. I went to Liberl to study at Janus Royal Academy. I was on the student council together with Lector Arundel. Really? Oh. You two looked after me really well back then. It made my school life that much more enjoyable. What a small world. He's an Ironblood and a member of the Intelligence Division. He's a stranger person than I thought. But wait, the famously beautiful vice president who'd forced the student council president to listen to her no matter what. Oh god. That'd be me. Chloe, I wish you didn't spread exaggerated rumors about me. Sorry, but they're not exaggerated at all. Even now, I can't forget that time you were asked about the most important thing in the world and responded with strength. Now you're just trying to embarrass me. Wait, did I really say that to you? Not directly. I overheard your conversation with Hans. So you were following me around and listening in on my conversation with other students. I wouldn't have guessed that they knew each other so well. Oliver was so beloved by the people from different backgrounds. It's a real shame he died so young, not dead. I'd be curious to hear more about Claudia and Lucy's school life, too. I don't remember a Lucy. I also, how many years has it been since I watched a recap of Sky? I didn't play it myself, so, of course. If she was in it, I don't remember all the little details. Now Lecter stands on the opposite side of his former classmates. I'm sure I'll cross paths with him again, and with Claire too. And we still have more to go with them. And not to mention 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more main story conversations, probably with more than one. Holy shit. Guys, you wrote so much dialogue. I mean... Sorry, Rain, here we are talking amongst ourselves again and leaving you out. I can get going and free up some space. No, please, don't leave on my account. You haven't seen each other in a while. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about. Getting to exchange a few words with you in person has already been a great honor. With luck, we'll meet again and have a longer chat then. You're too humble, Rain. Indeed. That reminds me, weren't you one of those testers for the Orbital Communication Network? I also got a test account from Ren. What would you say to exchanging network addresses? I'm playing you in Palm Party? Are you sure? Why not? Don't be shy. Princess Claudia doesn't limit her circle of friends to upper classes. When she enrolled at the academy, she did so under an assumed name in order to be treated like any normal girl. Lucy, I don't need a spokesperson. Okay. In that case, I'm glad you give me my network addresses. It shouldn't become a diplomatic issue if we're just playing a game together, I hope. You must be the really long name then, right? Yeah, she's the really long one. I was like, who could that be? I see. I'll play you towards the end of all this. Hi, Irene. Irene, come over here and join us. I was waiting for the right moment. I'm only now discovering how almost everyone seems to know each other. It really is a small world. Oliver was always telling me about all the people he met on his travels. I'm happy to finally meet them in person. They're all just as lovely as he described. Thanks for saying so. And you turned out to be just as much of an angel as people say. Did Olivier pass on his knowledge of how to charm people onto you? You got me there. Speaking of which, where did I put my paper fan? I used to scold him with it when he was being silly. Ah, I remember that fan. You two were really funny together. Like some kind of comedy duo. Wait, really? Man, we could have used you back in the burrow to keep him in line. She would have been a big help. Okay, catching my breath. Hey, Reen. Don't be a stranger. Come and join us. What have you guys been talking about? Jaeger dropout. What? Where did that come from? The Jaeger troop movements and stuff related to the war, as well as any Ouroboros presumed plans. I've been wondering about those things too. Right now it looks like they're both serving the Imperial government, just like the gnomes. That's a real nasty mix, if you ask me. The old Northern Jaegers and Nidhogg are in a different situation, though. Yeah, the IDF forced them to cooperate using hostages. They're currently looking for a chance to free them. What they do from now on depends on whose pockets they find themselves in this time. Shirley's a key member of the Red Constellation, so you can be sure they're in tune with Ouroboros' schemes. As for Zephyr, the gnomes hired them, but it's ultimately up to the boss to decide what they do. I don't know the details yet. There's also Ouroboros' Enhanced Jaegers, the troop the former 3rd Anguis deployed during the incident in the Burl. I keep pausing. What am I doing? Yeah, you and the others encountered some of in Hamel. You forgot a line, or a word. Some of in Hamel. Between all of you, you've got a decent intelligence network to draw on. You make for a really good team. Yeah. And if there's any info we don't have, the Divine Blade and the Golden Rock Shasa are here too. It's hard to believe Muse managed to get all these guys under one roof. Yeah, it's her I have to blame for running out of breath. Damn, the Red Reaper, Sylphid, and the Black Fang. What a gang. And rounding out that colorful cast is none other than Azure Siegfried. Dude, can you get off my back about that? I'm worried about what the Jaeger Corps are up to. Tomorrow's enemy is today's friend, though it all depends on the contract, really. Why can't I can't talk to Joshua? Oh, there we go. Looks like Ouroboros' Enhanced Jaegers are on the move. I heard my old acquaintance caused you some trouble in Hamel. We should probably keep our guard up here, too, just in case. You didn't give Reen any trouble. Gave the rest of the Class 7 and, well, not really in trouble. You sure tried, though. I've got no clue what the hell Shirley thinks she's doing hanging around the Crown Prince. Still, I'm a little curious about what the Red Constellation's up to. Sure. Reasonable. I already went up here. 4 more. And Palm Party. Oh, this is an interesting group of sword users. Cassius, how have you been? When was it that when we last saw each other? Goodness, 4 years ago. At least. I'm sorry I missed your A-rank promotion ceremony. It coincides with the orbital shutdown phenomenon, so there was no helping it. Thank you for writing my recommendation. You're welcome. Have you managed to come to terms with Colonel Valestein passing away? That was a while ago. Yes, I've been lucky to be surrounded by good, supportive friends from the Bracer Guild and my wonderful students. Laura is one of my students. Kurt's a student of a student. I'm Laura Arcade. You, sir, are a legend. It is truly an honor to meet you in person. I'm very glad to meet you too, Laura. I had the pleasure of working with Victor on the Bracer Guild branch bombing case. He praised you highly. Please accept my sincerest sympathy. His loss must have hurt you deeply. Thank you, sir. My father once told me that seeing your prowess with the staff firsthand would be a beneficial experience for me. I believe you were self-taught. Not quite. I learned the basics from a friend. I also took the liberty of incorporating teachings of the 8-leaf school into it. I'm very impressed, sir. Only those who are very talented are able to do so. Kurt, why don't you introduce yourself? Yes. I'm Kurt Vander, younger brother of Mueller Vander, and nephew of Zex Vander. Pardon me, sir. You're quite the hero. I feel a bit overwhelmed. Ha! Take it easy. I'm not all they say about me. I met your brother and uncle, but I don't believe I've ever spoken to your father. When things calm down a little, I'd like to pay a visit to your folks. I fear I've been rather impolite in not having done so yet. Oh, not at all. I'm sure Mother and Father would be thrilled to meet you. Cassius has lots of connections, both in the army and among the bracers. I could spend the whole evening talking to him about swordplay, but it'd be rude to monopolize him like that. I'll relay our master's message. Just saw this. Flashback. I'll have to be patient. All of them again. Okay. Oh, Reen. Come to join us. Don't mind if I do. And by the way, was the Silver Streak an acquaintance of yours, Cassius? Flashback. Yes, she was a pupil of mine at the guild. It's very odd that she's vanished in the thin air. Yes, no one seems to be able to track down her whereabouts. If she wasn't at the Gnome's HQ, could it be possible that Ouroboros abducted her? No. No, Shara has a relative who's among the ranks of Ouroboros. I find it hard to believe that they kidnap her. I think I know who you mean. Sherazard mentioned her to me when we went out drinking. Enforcer number 7, the Bewitching Bell, yes? Oh. Once again, they're just covering everything. Everything. Duvalie. Yep, that's her. She showed up in Liberl during the orbital shutdown too, but it's unknown whether she's still alive. It seems she hasn't reported back to Ouroboros since that incident. They haven't written her off as dead yet, though. It's assumed the situation is similar to Blue Blanc's. That she's out there somewhere, going about her business. Silver Streak was like a sister to her, though. She wouldn't keep quiet if Ouroboros had abducted her. Interesting. I see. We might as well drop that line of investigation. My, if it isn't the Stallritters Duvalie the Swift. You seem very well informed. I could say the same about you, especially considering you don't have ties with Ouroboros yet yourself. I understand now why the Faceless was remarkably wary of you. My lord is also intrigued by you. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear how you achieved mastery in so many disciplines. Oh. Swordplay, military arts, strategy. And I hear your master's disciple, Arios, is just like you. Yes, I've heard the rumors about him. Just for reference, if you could tell us if there's any particular trick to it. Not that it impresses me all that much, but both you and Arcade were renowned as the finest swordsmen alive. So it must count for something. I can't think of many honors greater than the Maiden of Legend herself taking an interest in me. Well, ask me anything and I'll try to satisfy your curiosity, although we may not be able to go into much detail this time. That's fine. First of all, why did you give up the sword and switch to the staff? Duvalie's so easy to read. But that's part of her charm. She's polite to everyone and doesn't look down on others even if they're her enemy. Is this the opposite day? As expected of the Steel Maiden's disciple, I look up to her as well. She looks down on quite a few people and she's not exactly polite. Sherazard and I are actually the same age. Plus, we both like our alcohol. We had a few drinks together and really hit it off. Like two drunk peas in a pod. I am worried about her, but I just can't imagine the Silver Streak going down without a fight, you know. I have to believe she's safe. I'm right there with you, Sarah. So this whole part right here was basically, you've seen Shara, but you might not know who she is if you never played Sky. So you need to know that she likes her alcohol, and that she's very similar to Sarah. That just covered her backstory. Right there. The whole recap. The staff, huh? Never a weapon favored by my family. Thrust with a spear, sweep with a naginata, slash with a great sword is the motto I've heard. Yes, that's the Eastern saying. I'm surprised you knew it. Did you pick that up from Arya, your mom? Her style is partially influenced by Eastern swordsmanship, though not quite the same as the staff. I've seen her make use of a naginata before. Sounds like a valuable experience. It looks like the rumors about the Stormwatcher's talents are true then. I thought I sent someone spying from over here. To be honest, I'm honored that you'd think me worthy of your attention, Dooley the Swift. Guess I should have known I couldn't stay hidden from you, but don't get the wrong idea. I wasn't just sitting over here waiting for your meeting to end or anything. Anyway, I have a few questions about your school's concept of enlightenment. Very well, I can't promise it'll be comprehensive, but I'll tell you what I can. Enlightenment, the state of mastery both, oh my god, Lieutenant General Bright and the Divine Blade of Wind have reached. I'm curious to hear more, but I shouldn't butt in. I shouldn't have talked to them again. This'll be interesting. No, not really. All these people have been together before, haven't they? Have there been any updates on Hercules? We're still unable to locate them. With the Ramda's stealth function and mobility of a gunship, they're very hard to track down. We're not going to give up, of course. I heard you've requested the Bracer Guild's help with this. Yes, although they also haven't been able to dig up any new information since we lost sight of Hercules in the canyon. I heard that from the guild too. I guess when a special forces squad equipped with the latest technology wants to disappear, it'd take a miracle to track them down. The Ramda. We've seen firsthand in Heimdall how its spatial projection function can seriously impede pursuit. If only they'd surrender, there'd be room for negotiations with Erebonia, but maybe the curse hasn't progressed too far for that. The Dark Dragon made the members of the Hercules squad into its kin back in Heimdall. The Great Twilight must have taken and twisted it into Nacht Familia. Nacht Familia, those are vampires from Erebonian folklore, if I'm not mistaken. Is there any way to make them human again? It's possible if you act quickly. If you find them within a few days, they should be fine. So that's our time frame. Kayla, let me know if you pick up their trail. We might be able to help in some capacity. You're volunteering to help. Ha, that's much appreciated. Okay, I'm not talking to you again. I'm sorry. Hey, Schwarzer. Hey, guys. You're discussing armed forces movements on different fronts? How'd you know that? I didn't hear that. Rosine, I'm surprised to see you with them. I've got my reasons. As you've overheard, we're trying to get a better picture of whether each militarized faction is allocating its resources. Besides the Viceland army, I wanted to check in with the Bracer and the armored divisions too. I've also been looking into the armored division's movements. Seems they've established a new squad. The guild's also keeping an eye on the situation. We're tracking high-ranking Jaeger Corps' movements and gauging the neighboring countries' responses. It'd be helpful to trade info with you guys. I see. And you're also gathering intel on the military movements, Rosine. As a matter of fact, yes, there is no organization that understands and fears the Great Twilight more than the Septian Church. The details are confidential, but we've already decided on which measures to take. Seriously? I can only imagine what that means. We'll all benefit from cooperating, but in any case, we'll return to Operation Meal Mirage at dinner. For now, let's just take a break. Sounds like a plan. And I can't wait to hear the details of the operation, but I just gotta be patient. I should walk around some more. Okay, they're done. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to play Palm Party before I talk to you, because I don't know if it's gonna advance. Are you two separate Celine, do I have to talk to you? Just to be sure, let's catch our breath. I know you guys are out of breath. You're reading along with me, right? Every single word? You would probably not be out of breath.
Let us begin.
I'm assuming it's not very common. It's just me. It's just me. She's not moving very fast. Maybe she's setting up some stuff. I don't know. I'm assuming they get harder and harder, but maybe they don't. Like, there's always that possibility. There we go. We got our double. All right, now it's gonna drop and do that one. I love how, to catch my breath, I'm playing this, but I'm also talking while I'm playing it, which isn't really helping me catch my breath at all. It's okay. It's okay. Get blue. There we go. You are very much in trouble. Oh, maybe not. She's catching up. Not a good sign. She's actually much farther behind. Like, I'm gonna have to use a defensive. Okay, there we lowered it a little bit. Like, she's keeping her stuff grounded very well. Blue. No, I flipped it. I screwed up so bad. That's fine. I have no choice. Oh, that would have instantly killed me. Oh, she's gonna kick my ass. 5. That's got to be a big one. How dare you? Where is she getting all this stuff? I need to clear the right side a little more. Yeah, there we go. Give me that green. Now red's gonna take that. I'm putting you on the offensive. Defensive. There we go. And she can't even get rid of that much. She had to blow that. Just survive. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's bad. Oh, how dare you? I need some more. She's getting more, too. Oh, my God. Okay, red. Right here. Blue. Come on. This one's the closest match I've had on camera. Oh. Okay. That was a big one. A really big one. Okay, I need a few reds. Red? I need another red. That's embarrassing. Shit. It's fine, it's gonna work out in the end. I should have put a red on the left, but I didn't. Oh my god. Too much. Too much. I can't fight this one. Oh no, I lost. Oh
It was
no.
a lovely match.
Okay, you're good at this game. That's fine. I'm gonna retry on my own. How dare she? Oh, can we do it? Can we do it? I think I'm gonna hit it soon. Force her into a corner here. Yeah, do it. Oh, have fun with that. Oh, it's too busy looking at hers. Damn it. Oh, she's gonna have to go on the defense now. No matter what, and if I can just get a little more, come on, hit it. There we go. Go up. Yeah, you had to use it. You used offense?
It was a lovely match.
You used... I thought she cut her stuff. Oh my god, that was my fault. I thought for sure she cut her stuff. She was just waiting for me to waste it. Oh. Oh, this is kind of fun. Honestly.
My sincerest congratulations.
Oh, I got her. That was tough. I got lucky and built up like a super chain, and it just kept going down, and then got a bunch of the S's along the way, and then just I don't know. It's exactly how you would expect to win, I guess. While I'm here, I'm gonna report these. I have nothing. Okay, I had to double check. Oh, that was fun. Took 3 tries just to beat her once. also good to know that I'm not missing anything yet. Hi, I'm Kia Bannings. Oh, you and Tita have the... Ren told me a lot about you, Tita. Nice to meet you. I'm Tita Russell. I can't believe can't believe it, Ren. She's so cute. Yeah, that's how most people react to her. You must be Angelica Ragnar. Nice to meet you. I'm Ren Bright. They're kids. I've heard you've been trained in the Taito style by Kilika Roran. Oh, that's cool. It's nice to meet you, Angie. Or do you like Jellica better? I've died and gone to heaven. What? Angelica, are you alright? We're only 2,000 arch above ground, but it seems we're flying close to the heavens. Tita alone is an angel, but the three of you together form an angelic choir. No, remain calm, Angelica. Celine, what's going on here? Beats me, I was just having a nap and woke up to this. Gah, I can't stand it anymore. Angelica. She's faster than lightning. Yeah. Hug attack, squeeze. Oh god. My life is complete. You're just going to stand by and watch this happen, Reen. I'm just waiting for things to calm down so I can say hello. I don't even know what happened. Honestly. How could I lose control so easily? Still, I have no regrets. Angelica, please try to calm down. If you get any more whipped up, you'll have a heart attack. That aside, the fact that you're all girls doesn't mean your antics aren't sexual harassment. Oh, hey, Celine. Here, kitty kitty. Come on, turn into a cat girl for me, please. Oh, God. Do it to save them from my beastly instincts. Keep your dirty paws off me. Please go take a cold shower or something, for all our sakes. In the modern world, outside of, like, you know, this game world, you would be arrested so fast. That's adult predator. Oh, I don't know. It's anime. I guess we're just gonna let it all go, right? Celine, quick, get in your human form. I don't know. Especially with Kia. Kia's like the youngest person ever. I'm assuming it was just an innocent, oh, they're so cute, I just want to hug them. But if it wasn't, shame on you, Angelica. Hey, sorry about Angelica. She's a good person. She's just, well, belongs in prison sometimes. It happens. I'm used to getting hugs. It reminded me of something George told me about her. Yeah? Yes, she may be a practitioner of the Taito style, but her movements there were inhuman. Wasn't she being manipulated by the gnomes? Maybe they did something to her that stuck. No, she's just like that. I like Angie a lot. You can never have enough cuddles. Sweet Adios. Her cuteness is making my brain melt. Maybe it was innocent then. Maybe you should give her a chance to cool off. You know, before she explodes or something. The only thing I figured it was innocent. The only thing that I was thrown off by and agreed with Celine is when she mentioned that. The sexual harassment part. But, well, the whole cat girl thing following up. Angie's just really weird. Really weird, Angie, okay? I still forgive you. You're better than you were when you were Rose Vice. That's for sure. Okay, well, this is never ending, I swear. If everyone moves around again, I mean, I'm gonna talk to them all again, but this should be the end. Everyone moved around twice in Trails of Cold Steel 3 at that party, and then and then the big important stuff with all the voice scenes happened. So, are we gonna have that next episode? Is there gonna be a battle? Why would there be a battle? That doesn't even make sense. You wouldn't even give me any time to prepare. There's nowhere to grind. Usually they don't leave you in a corner like that, despite having multiple saves, you know. I don't think they ever leave you in a corner like that, honestly. So I don't think there'll be any fighting whatsoever. Just some dialogue. So I'm going to take a minute, catch my breath, and then I'm going to do the next episode. But that'll be it for today. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you like it, and I'll see you in the next one.